Somebody's just thrown a cigarette down there.
That means by the repeat you'll have taken up smoking again.
Well, we don't know.
Well, we just leave it there to tantalise you for the rest of the show. Which barking behaviour marks the end of this week's mess, and at the moment it's Paul and Kirsty who need to watch their step, trailing as they do 8-7. And so to our new fun-sized odd one out round, so called because the less of it there is, the happier people seem to be. Paul and Kirsty, your leaders in their field are Jon Snow, Michael Fish, Dickie Bird, and a Scarecrow.
Had they all won something like Tie Wearer of the Year apart from Michael Fish?
Well, the Scarecrow.
Yes, you're suggesting a Scarecrow won Tie Wearer of the Year.
Well, it could be Best Dressed Awards,
Yeah,
couldn't it? Because you could get a Best Dressed Scarecrow, couldn't you? I think.
Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah.
Kirsty could have been included in this.
Well, that umbrella's inside out. Have you ever been turned inside out?
Not while I've been conscious.
Not while you've been conscious, no.
Dickie Bird's got a book out,
Yeah.
and he's just indicating how many people have bought it so far.
Is Jon Snow the only one that advertises a particular brand of cigarette? E.g. a Camel. Do you see what I'm saying? What I'm getting at?
Yes, put cigarettes from your mind. Nothing to do with
can't.
cigarettes.
There's a brand of cigarettes called Pansy Crow. It couldn't refer to that one down the end there, is it? Pansy Crow fags.
Is that?
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Full
out of his
industrial
misery?
It has something to do with an idiosyncrasy of Kirsty's, in fact.
They all present things from behind desks.
They all do it standing up.
Apart from Jon Snow, who sits down.
It's the right answer. Jon Snow, like any sensible newsreader, sits down to do his job. Indeed, he's the only person in the country who does sit through the whole of Channel 4 News. Talking about his years as a cricket umpire, Dickie Bird said, "I've known nothing else but cricket since I was a kid, walking out to bat for Barnsley Cricket Club in 1951 with my old pal Michael Parkinson, at which point the taxi driver fell asleep at the wheel and veered into the shop window." Ian and Graham, Nicholas Soames, Jonathan Aitken, Peter Baring, and Cannon and Ball.
Cannon and Ball are born-again Christians, aren't they? Should be Cannon and Cannon. And Peter Baring, perhaps he's born again too. He didn't have much success with Mammon, so he's having a go at God. And Nicholas Soames,
He's very fat, isn't he?
yeah,
Right.
And he's dropped the pancake.
yeah,
A level of his competence in office, generally.
very unlike him to do that.
The thing about Fatty Soames, as he was originally known during his tenure, he was meant to head an inquiry into Gulf War syndrome, and he said there was no such thing as Gulf War syndrome, it was absolute rubbish, and they were making it all up. And then he had to apologise to the House of Commons, because they weren't making it all up, and there was such a thing. And he also hadn't declared that he was a director of Hoffman and Roche, which is a drug company that was involved in making some of the preparations that the troops took before they went to the Gulf. And obviously the two things are not connected. Fatty Soames being a director, the government issuing these pills. No connection, obviously not. None. Is that all right? Checking with the lawyers. Baring, what did he do?
I think he was in charge of a bank, just to help you.
Oh, yes.
Is
It's
he
called
not
Lloyd's, wasn't it?
Is he not the man behind the famous balls?
Why is he in black and white, the Barings man?
Well, because we couldn't find a colour photograph of him.
Well, you've
that all right?
tinted it.
Why would we want to do a thing like that?
Well, so not to confuse Ian, he gets easily confused.
Are you confused, Ian?
I'm terribly confused. I've no idea what the odd one out is.
It's got to do with something that Cannon and Ball were banned from last
Smoking.
year.
They're banned from embassies. They can't go to 6 embassies. Embassy number 6. They can't. They've changed the name to Benson and Hedges. What is it?
I'm going to have to tell you this, that they were banned from ever acting as a company director again.
Oh yes.
What do you know? Yes,
Oh,
you know,
so they've all been banned from being company directors?
they were all unaware of their company's activities when they were directors of those companies, with the exception of Cannon and Ball. Last year, Cannon and Ball were prosecuted by the DTI for knowingly paying themselves excessive fees from companies they'd set up, leaving the businesses unable to pay tax or debts. A hushed courtroom sat in stunned silence as Cannon and Ball went through their entire act. All of which blissful ignorance marks the end of this brief contribution, and the dodgy situation is that Paul and Kirsty are looking decidedly shifty, being as they are behind 9-8. And so to our final missing words round, or in fact our only missing words round, headlines galore, featuring or perhaps overlooking entirely those from this week's guest publication, the quite remarkable Potato Abstract. Volume 20, for those of you who want to follow at home. So, eyes down, look in on what have had their chips.
Spud triangles.
Computers.
Is it table 5?
It is in fact Berlin vegans. Next, black bags proposed for what?
Tory party.
Queen Mother's empties.
No, it is in fact Tory workers. You're almost right with Tory party. Next, what breeding in Russia?
Cousins. Robbing Cousins, the ex-ice skaters, and the bad. Potatoes, chips.
Potato, well done Paul. Breeding in Russia. Next, the Queen wins what in Swindon?
Best of breed.
Certainly not.
2 weeks holiday.
Is it hearts?
Hearts is the right answer. Very good. And lastly, supermodels to join what?
Upwriting.
Anti-drugs campaign.
Anti-fur campaign. Anti-smoking campaign. Anti-something awful.
You were right with the
that they've
smoking.
thought hard about.
Blitz on smoking is the right answer. Well done. An anti-smoking campaign had to be relaunched after one of its supporters, Kate Moss, was photographed with a cigarette. I think trying to kill that ravenous appetite.
How can I tell which was a cigarette? She was wearing a brown hat, you'd never know. That'd be the filter, obviously.
Yes. Which Getting Games bring about the long-awaited demise of this evening's debacle, and the fact is that this week's small fries are Paul and Kirsty with 11, whilst this week's blue chips are Ian and Graeme with 12. And I leave you with news that in Bogota, Hillary Clinton tells embassy staff how much she enjoyed her tour of a Colombian chemical factory. In Paris, the reclusive creator of the Pink Panther is found dead at his home. And at the ATP Championships, Greg Rosetsky attributes his sudden dip in form to his recent cosmetic surgery. Good night.